Hello again. I thought I'd do a little video on how to make your own non-slip gun sling, do-it-yourself thing here. The one thing I can't stand is having my AR or whatever I'm carrying out there slipping around on my shoulder while I'm trying to carry something back or just fighting it. So the best thing I found before I decided to make one is, I'll get a little closer up, better of it later, but it's a limb saver, one type that I got at Walmart, made in USA even, and it's got a big old thing here you can hang on to, but this works pretty well, but it's just not very flexible, and it's got these weird ends on here, these plastic things. I don't like them. I just didn't like it, the way it mounts on the gun. So I got thinking about it more and more, and I tried different types that I've made. This one, for example, I took I think it was a Claw brand, and I cut part of it off and mounted it on a regular 1.25" strap, and it worked pretty good, but it just didn't look good, and it didn't fit well, and it was too thick, and it's still not flexible, so I just didn't like it. So I got thinking more and more, and I thought, boy, I wish I could use a piece of inner tube to keep it from slipping, and that would work fine if I could figure out a way to do it. So what I did, and I'll show you two different ways that I did this. I just got a piece of this material. This is 1.25" that fits these 1.25" quick disconnects here for an AR, and just cut it as long as I want it, and give yourself a little bit of room here. Just cut a piece out. Then you take and hope that's good. Then you take and get some of these. I think they're called Chicago screws. This is the front or back, doesn't matter, and they come apart. And you take a leather punch to punch holes through this, and then screw those down. You can move them around a little bit. It's better than sewing them together right off the bat. And there's one end, and sew it onto whatever type of a gun rifle fastener that you want. To the same end, Now, up here, to actually do this, you might want to take another one apart to get an idea how to do this. It doesn't dang many of them. I figured it out now finally. But I'll show you in here. Pull this up just a little bit. What I did here, and I'll show you a little bit close up, laying down too. What I did here was, this is the end of the strap. I started, went up through, around the buckle, behind it, up through the other buckle, up through the top of the other quick disconnect, back through, back behind this, behind the main one up here, and then went back on itself, back through the bottom of it. You can kind of see it. I'll film it this a little bit closer. And then to attach it, then you use the same Chicago screws that's underneath it. It's like, you can figure it out pretty easy, and it's a little bit of a pain at first, but then you can adjust it. You can actually move it up and down, make it a little bit longer or shorter. I like mine pretty short. But now I've done it two ways. You can either, during the process of when you run this strap up through the first set of buckle here and the quick disconnect, you can stop right here as you come through the bottom of it, of the top strap, come underneath it. Then you can slide on that piece of inner tube and just clean it out, so there's not that white powder left on it. And then pull it back up out of your way, and then make your little holes in here. Attach it back on there, and then slide it up over it. And then your good looking stuff that you got, like this cryptic stuff that I got. I really like that stuff. You won't hide it. See, this particular one is behind that, and when you put it on the gun, put it over your shoulder, you can actually see it. And my other one, first one, I just made the whole strap and just slid it up over the top of the quick disconnect. And it'll slide up over the whole thing on 1.25 inches of strapping, which is kind of standard. A lot of it's inch strapping, so you have to get maybe a smaller one. So I'm going to get a couple of close-ups on that so you can see it. Take it over to the bench here, and I'll show you what the size of inner tube that I got at Walmart that you can use for that. Okay. Now these really work well, and it's all flexible. You can do anything you want with it. You're not tied to some big clunky rifle sling that I just can't stand. Okay, now, well, like I said, it starts here. Here's the Chicago screws on each one of these. Just go up through here, through the first, back, start over. Go up through here, through the first buckle, through the second buckle, back through the quick disconnect, go back up in the disconnect, back down through it, and then go back underneath the other buckle. And when you get back into there is when you pull that back, and I think you can see it, and put your holes for the Chicago screws to go in, and then it's adjustable back and forth. So this particular one here is put underneath there to make it look a little bit neater. This one was my first one. It's on the outside of both straps. This is on the inside of one of the straps. This one's on the outside of both straps. You might like it that way better. I mean, it really works and it looks neat. So it really works. Now here's the size of the inner tube that you get at Walmart. What was that? 26 by 1.75. Just a little inner tube. Like I said, on the inside it's going to have all that junk there. I turned mine inside out so you wouldn't have these ribs here, but just cut off what you need and then wash the whole inside of it out. And this one here, I've used it for about, gracious, 3 years, and nothing wears on it. It just gets tackier. So it's tacky. It really works. I'll put it on the gun here and be right back and show you how it fits. Okay, now we'll strap it on. Here's my quick disconnects. Pop that bad boy on right there. Straight. I love these. I think it's what are they? Minimalist, MFT minimalist collapsible stock. Pop that right there. That's what it looks like on it. And you put it on. I mean, that bad boy just hangs here. It doesn't slide around. It really works well. And it looks good. It's just nice and compact. You can. It really works well. But, I've got one for this gun, and this one is for my other AR, and it just works really well. Let me know what you think, and if you like it, hit the like button and subscribe if you feel like it. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this, and some of your ideas too, because that's what I love to do, is design little things like this to make hunting easier. So thank you very much for watching. And good luck out there when you're hunting. Thanks.